You know, nothing ever happened. No. No. No, no, no! I gotta go! I gotta go!
Hey! Everything okay?
Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no!
Welcome to Strike Force. You are an elite battle squad assembled to defend Earth. This is who we're up against. The alien warlord Ultimus and his Kree soldiers who have joined forces with Hydra and AIM. Now, I know some of you aren't used to fighting side by side with each other, but the world needs you to put aside your feuds and stand together. Any questions?
I am Groot.
What do we want?
Any other questions? All right, it's go time. Now get out there and save the world.
Drop 2 racks just to climb that board. Full mode out, oh this price got ignored. Every auction bit a slap to the face, cause I'm racing rich kids just to keep my place. Midnight strike, check the ranks, I'm 6th. Leaderboard sharks with unlimited tricks. Swipe that card like pride don't apply. Pray in the auction where scope please the guide. Odin's up top, they said with a grin. But it's gated behind how much cash you spend. Put diamonds for dollars, rent check gone. And all I got was shafted again.
Hello there, we're playing Marvel Strike Force. We're on a little bit early. We're gonna play Raid at some point later today. I gotta unlock Lydia. That should be a thing. Let's see, let's get in and do it. Rejuvenated, a nice Saturday. Yeah, we went to an escape room that was amazing. Holy moly, it was so much fun. And then we went for Korean barbecue afterwards. And this is one of Kat's friends. It was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, I enjoyed taking yesterday off. Oh, it was great. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I also want to try to figure out how to play Marvel Mystic Mayhem today. I know it's out in the Philippines, but... You cut the grass? One of our neighbors is getting rid of their grass. Feel like we have one less neighbor with grass. The number gets smaller and smaller. I'm betting the city is paying them to take it out. What up, Metropolis? How y'all doing? Welcome in. We are on a Sunday. Gonna bang this out. Record a Marvel Strike Force. We're gonna do Crucible. Do all the dailies and all that stuff, of course. And then I need to do a raid. So I gotta unlock a Lydia. And that's like a Dormammu or an Apocalypse in Raid Shadow Legends. So. Let's see here. Supply purchases. Don't imagine cutting the grass. Does never come to do it. They've gotten rid of grass in Vegas. So there's a water shortage. I mean, obviously I live in a desert. So they heavily incentivize people to not have grass. And whether it's, you know, gas or grass or water prices get high. Anyways, there's not a lot of grass left. We have a common area, like a little park, like a street down from where we're at, like just walking distance, right? And it has grass. I'm surprised that they haven't pulled that out yet. So the last of the grass, last of the Mohicans. I always had a lawn where I lived. Oh my God. Yeah, well, it's a desert, so it's a thing. Ah. What are we doing? I see water's a big concern. Well, yeah, I get in trouble every time I talk about water. Hard skip. What are we doing today? Hodges Crucible. Our bodies mostly wake up with water. This is true. What's going on? How's it going, Ajax? Welcome in, first time chatter. So I feel rejuvenated. It was nice to go out. Her friend just had a baby a couple months ago, and so they're buddies, because of the pregnancy and all. But they got a sitter. Or not a sitter, a friend watched their baby. Diamond ore, what do we got? I hope you're having a blessed Sunday fun day. Let's see. I need to come in here more often and pick up Howard shards. Havoc. Oh, I kind of want to finish him off. Oh, that was the wrong area. Well, that was a waste of some cores. I'll survive. I'll survive. There's something else I wanted to do. What is I going to do? My brain is thinking what I want to do. Oh, well, we got a bunch of stuff to do. I did Thanos. I did Thanos before Lalandra. Yeah. You have to do Lalandra no matter what. But in-game Thanos is way, 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 way more useful than Lalandra right now. In fact, in-game Thanos was one of the first ones that I took to 20 after, let's say, like Odin and Blade and some other ones like that. It was one of the first ones. One of the early ones for sure. Yeah, in-game Thanos is staple character. I'm assuming, based on all the rumors and speculation from you guys that and the data mines, that we're going to be getting a new arena team. I'm really curious to see if they're going to live up to Annihilators, right? I feel like they've been kind of bringing out very tame kits and characters lately. There was a media post of a Ooh, you're on your way, Zodi. That's a lot, though. Where is the info, the silhouettes? Here it is. Is that pretty obvious? MagicCon? Oh, someone in my alliance in Raid Shadow Legends at MagicCon. Yeah. My daughter's coming to town tomorrow, so I'm going to be focused on that today. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, right? I mean, everybody's been talking about Fantastic Four, so, right? What is this? Mr. Fantastic? What is this? Like Human Torch? I don't know. Ooh, welcome, Lando Flight. Yeah, it's not really clear to me what these are, though. Franklin Richards on the right. What, Human Torch? I had a lot of fun playing the new game. I stopped playing it. I just ran out of time. Anybody able to get into the Philippines version of Marvel Mystic Mayhem? Ooh. Oh, we're done with that. Hercules. Okay. Female far right. It does feel they gotten away from promoting movies and things like that. Drax on the left, yeah. Drax. How are you guys liking Danger Room? Do you guys get through 10? Thunderbolt's underrated. I don't think it's underrated. It's probably, as far as like Rotten Tomatoes, had some of the best reviews. I feel like Thunderbolts was critically acclaimed, rated well, but didn't do well in the box office, which is strange to me. Because if you compare the Brave New World compared to Thunderbolts, you know, people just didn't go see the Thunderbolts movie, but I think Thunderbolts is, for me, way better than Brave New World. Very few people said anything negative about Thunderbolts that watched it. I really liked it. $108 they're using 2 characters. I think the scoring is just use 2 characters. Yeah, the least number of characters you use, the more points you get, is my understanding, Nah. Can you clear it with 2 characters? Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go, right there. Blade and Mordo? Yeah, I'll get it. I will get all of it. Thank you, though. I'm just kind of cruising over here, though. Blade plus Mordo? All right. That looks right to me. Timu Havoc. I wonder if Timu knows that it's a meme here to call everything Timu. I don't think that means they're going to be successful, right? I wonder if Amazon started that. Let's call it. Let's make it. I mean, that's like Kmart. Remember how Kmart was supposed to be like cheap? I wonder if the Temu thing was deliberately impressed by guerrilla marketing or some shit from Amazon. I've never used Timo. I'm kind of entrenched in the Amazon ecosystem at this point in time, for better or for worse. Yeah, but it means something different. Like Temu means, like when people say in the context that you said, it's like a knockoff, right? It's like a cheap knockoff No quality. I mean, is that all they sell? I don't know what they sell. I couldn't tell you if they had stuff at... I couldn't tell you if they had stuff of value on Temu. I've never shopped on there. To me, it's about setting up payment information. Like, too lazy to do that. So made in China, who cares? Yeah, but when I buy something off Amazon, it shows up. That's like the end. I mean, I'm gonna say a large percentage of what I consume comes from China. Is that the Timo? Yeah. Can I just say something too? No, I like this expression. I just when he said that, I was like, oh, this reminds me of like when we were kids in like Kmart. Oh, you bought that at Kmart? Haha. I remember I got some K-Swiss shoes. And everyone's like, ah, you got Kmart shoes. K-Swiss. I went and cried. Their whole house is made in China? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, the house itself is not made in China. This Astro Train was made in China. These sunglasses were made in China. This remote was made in China. This whip eye patch was made in China. Was this made in China? I don't think so. Monster Energy, not made in China. Is Astro Train made in Japan? It could be. This could be pre-China because this is what, from the mid 80s. So this is probably 40 years old. I'm curious. See Gen 1 Astro Train made in Japan? I didn't spell made correctly. Wow, it could have been made in Japan. All right. Not made in China. All right. Something I needed to know. This is vital information for my life, my guy. Really? They probably are having a server overload. That's great because if that's the way you want to get all right, actually that's worth putting in a little blurb worth putting into a video. So how many that's worth putting into a video. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I remember having to do it overnight once. Ah, 4.5 million. There you go. Going to the Comic-Cons and streaming them? It's actually a pretty good idea. That was quick. I don't know about you, but most of the women I've been appreciate it more if you're quick. Get off me, you weirdo! Is it in yet? Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah, I had that too. A curse couldn't do it, and then actually I got through it with thunderbolts. Oh, I cat doesn't cat. I rarely say anything that's truthful. So we could ask Cat. See if she pops into chat, and then we'll get her opinion on this. Cat. I rarely say anything that is close to the truth, so she would think it's funny. I don't know how to explain that. She's like so used to me saying dumb shit at this point. I was talking to this guy, and he was a little bit older. Not older, but like 51, let's say. Older than me. No, he was definitely older. And then, you know, I was talking to him. He asked me what I was doing. He was over at my house, and I told him, well, I was YouTube and Twitch and this and that. And he says, are you ever worried about getting canceled? I hear a lot of people like you get canceled. I said, apparently, if I say dumbass shit all the time, I get a little bit of leniency. Because I don't take myself seriously. Actually, I don't, because I don't think I hold myself to a higher standard either. Because I'm kind of I'm a dancing clown idiot, is what I was trying to say. Plus, I don't really have any malice in my heart. You only cancel if you fade into obscurity, which is always a possibility. Eventually, everybody gets obscure and dies. Nobody's going to remember me 200 years from now. I'll probably see that. Silver Smurfer clips? Yeah, nobody's going to watch that 200 years from now. I did win my CC. Yeah, and then we got to do another one right now. We're 1-0 right now. You can now watch combat cancels in CC. All right, that's video worthy. Is that also good in war? Is that also good in war? Or we don't know. Is it in war, though? Does my alliance leader say, you dumbass, that's why you canceled? Don't fucking cancel! How did we lose this? Abnormally detected? I like that. Why is there Professor X going before mine? All right, so that we keep our battlefield effect up. See, this is what I normally would expect, right? Fire season? Quasar is greater than in-game? Quasar is great. All right, is there a Rumble Blitz? Let's see, milestones. Okay, so cheese, I don't get that. Still don't get that. That's not what I want. I was gonna do something. Blitz. Blitz. I guess I can use. All right, we're gonna do Cosmic Crucible here shortly. I ate a lot of cheese. No, I didn't. 2 days ago, I ate a lot of cheese. I like cheese, man. What's up? So, do you want to hear what we were talking about? So I said that was quick. I said that was quick, and then someone said that's what she said.
It does.
And then I said, actually, what I get is more is, will you please hurry up, you weirdo? Get off of me. And they go, and then
Cheese come in though.
I don't know. So then people goes, well, I bet your cat doesn't like you talking about your sex life because I just talk about dumb shit all the time. That's not relevant to anything.
True.
See, she thought it was funny. I proved my point. All right, that's what we were talking about.
I like it.
You,
King Monopoly.
well, how many people?
Four total.
All right, yeah, you're gonna want
I
to.
told her I'm gonna cut off. I'm gonna get there and be like, I hard stop at 2 hours.
Okay.
That's it. And cat off.
Catopoly?
Cat off. Bye.
Is there gonna be cat hotels and cat houses? Okay.
Love you. Hey.
Love you. I hate this song. How do I want to play Mystic Mayhem? Is anybody on in Mystic Mayhem in the Philippines? This is what I need to know. I can't figure out how to download it in the Philippines. Strike Force is not going anywhere, but yeah, I think a lot of people will play Marvel Mystic Mayhem. I want to play it. I've been trying to get on, but I can't. I spent like an hour yesterday trying to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. No, I need to learn how to make videos about the game. Like tier lists and things like that. So it is worth it for me. Probably not worth it for anybody in chat, but it's worth it for me. So I'm curious if anybody did it. Because they reset all the progress anyways. Holy shit. All right, that'll work. This is what I did not do. I didn't do this part. I did all of this, but I did all of it but this part. I actually Googled that earlier. Thank you for that. I did all of that but the new Gmail account. I couldn't get to work. So maybe that was the one part I missed. I'll have to go. Either way, I probably would want to start over. Okay. All right. What is the best team for this nonsense over here? Oh, and then I've got Odin for that. All right, let's just look at what we got here. All right, we're going to do S6 and 4. We're going to do King, Cabal in 5. All right, so I have Starjammers, Illuminati Odin, Illuminati or Odin, IX, Vigilante. Hi, Starjammers 3. Or do I need a Illuminati? Yes. All right, so what's the... I had a hard time with this room here. Can I do Odin Illuminati in 1? All right, where am I going to use Vigilante? Vigilante take out 2 or 6? Or Immortals. I've got Immortals and Vigilante for 2 and 6. All right, Vigilante will go through Night Stalkers. And then let's see, Orcus. All right, we'll do Immortals and Orcus. Yeah, all right, so let's talk about one. I've got Illuminati and I've got Odin. You know, I'm just gonna do Odin Illuminati and see how it goes. All right, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, I got Night Stalkers on defense, though. It's time for Cosmic Crucible! Alrighty then, we got a victory yesterday, so we are now 1-0. We're going into day 2. Looks pretty straightforward. The one that I'm the most worried about is room 1s and 3. And we're going to tackle those first. We're going to do the full everything here. We're going to put in Odin and hope that we get a W here. I'm not really sure. I'm a little bit worried about this. Let's just see how it goes. I'm always worried about Omega Red just like running me over. Oh my God, he's so strong. I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just hard target him. Hope I get a clear him. I'm not sure. Boy, I'm tempted to do the basic to get the wipe. Yeah, we got to do it. We got to get him. What the hell just happened? Why did he hit so hard? The vulnerables? Well, a little bit scary there. Load them up with vulnerables. Well, let's do wow. Let's do Starjammers here in 3. Yeah. I might have to rethink one of these rooms here. That's probably a waste. I feel pretty good about this. All right, this hits 2 targets. Okay, we need Lalandra to finish this match, right? That's what we're waiting for here. Oh, all right. Let's go look at what we got going on in See if I got this team saved from before. Oh no. I don't. I don't have her anymore. I gotta think about this for a minute. Orcus. Gotta think about this for a minute. All right, I think what I'm gonna do here is Vigilante. Because of the Dormammu. I'm a little bit worried about this Super Scroll. I guess I could do a 4-piece. 4-piece accursed, right? All right. All right, we got to get through Lady Deathstrike, I suppose, right? And then Nimrod. They're not reviving because of Hitmonkey no matter what. That's a double tap. Okay. 4-piece accursed with Apocalypse in room 1 to clean up is what I'm thinking. I was worried a little bit about Super Scroll, and I'm thinking about how I could offset the Super Scroll. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's do Immortals here. I don't know, man. I feel like this is going to be a problem right here. Okay. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, we're fine. All right, so let's get into the next room, which we're gonna just do Cable King Ares. Well, let's do this first. Mysterio. All right, they got Ultimus here, but hopefully Ultimus targets a nerd, and it's not a problem. He will, well... Yeah, that match was sketch for sure. I think we're going to be okay, I think. Don't know. Okay. Get an ability block over here. See, I think we want to get through Ultimates because I'm worried about him just getting random turn meter, right? There we go. Put that over there. Get some blinds and some ability blocks. Yeah. Craven for the win. I hope. Not quite. Doc Ock for the win. Oh my god, these guys are never gonna die. Well. Let's see, this is taking way longer than I thought. All right, maybe APOC there would have been a little bit stronger. All right, what do we got left? I think we're going into the last room. Now we're gonna do this. All right, we're gonna throw in Ares. All right, pretty straightforward fight here. I'm still thinking about room 1, which cleanup. I think I'm gonna run a Cursed with Apocalypse and see if that works or not. Songbird is the fastest, so she's gonna be my primary target. Okay. All right, so we're gonna try out a Cursed. See if this works. I'm thinking. I mostly was worried about Super Scroll's passive. All right, let's see how this goes. I think we should be okay. I'm trying to think about, let's just see how this plays out. I think this will be fine. Interesting. Mistake? Maybe not. Maybe a mistake. I don't think it mattered. All right, well, I mean, I guess I could have. I don't think it mattered. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we were just there to neutralize Super Scroll with the cursed in there. But anyways, they did exactly what I was supposed to do. So we dropped one attack. And let's see how my opponent did. See if they got a full one tap. I don't think so. I'd be surprised if they did. 49. Wow, I won because of efficiency. Holy moly. Holy moly. Won because of efficiency. Where did we win it? All right, so we dropped 2 and we were 63. They were 56. Well, that was not very efficient for them right there, right? Or for me anyways. Huh. Well, they did the same thing. They did... Wait a minute. They one-tapped? Oh, they did APOC plus a cursed there. Oh, I wonder if I could have one-tapped that with APOC plus a cursed. I see, says the blind man. Oh. All right, they had to 2-tap that. They had a combat cancel. Ouch. Ouch. So they had a 1-tap, basically. Huh. The team that I ended up cleaning this up with, they 1-tapped it. Very cursed plus APOC. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Cursed is pretty good. Bye for now. This is my match, right?
MSF ain't a game, it's a digital mall where the price tag's high and the grind is tall. You can play for free, but you'll wonder why when Scalpely reminds you it's buy or die.
All right.
You wanna be strong, then pay that toll, or sit in the grind while the whales take control. Gold's too low, mats don't drop, but here's a quick fix, just check the shop. Professor X, man hopes get
All right, let me upload that.
4.99. You can maybe win, trying to be meta, you wanna survive. One choice remains, bro, buy or die. Buy fast, limited time, it ain't gonna last. First hit's free, now the cost runs high. Better hit that store, cause it's buy or die. In the game, it's a digital mall where the price tag's high and the grind is tall. You could play for free,
But you wonder why.
when Scopely reminds you it's buy or die.
What do we want to call this? Two pending with this one. La, 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 la. Oh, Helverine and Hood. Okay. All right, we're done with this. All right, let's go to Reddit.
You thought whining would save you? You thought YouTube video would make you a hero? Thought you'd look like a boss while crying on cam? Nah, son. You ain't built for this current. Cracking life, welcome to the deep. You don't get to talk power when you're scared of the ocean. Cracking life, baby, time to drown. Little whales washed up, crying at my feet. Mouth full of salt, cause you can't take the heat. War's too hard, boo, freaking who? Take a seat. While I sink ship after ship with overpower. You wrote it thinking we blink. Meanwhile, I'm drowning.
This is the kind of what I'm in the mode for right here.
Screaming gaslight, like you fast forwarded through the movie. Here's a dictionary, clown. You're still lost in a two-piece. Drown. Cracking waters rising, you getting clowned. No life vest, bro. Drown. Choke on that salt taste every tear while we crown this town. You wanted balance, bro. You wanted charity. This is pay to smash, not a church of parody. You mad the roster gap ain't fake. Cry harder, free to play, don't get no stake. Call it regression? Nah, it's ascension. I'm climbing gear tears while you beg for attention. Spreadsheet kings get cooked alive.
Maybe deal with a one-person squad.
You just whine to survive. You walk in the spot, order water, no sides. I'm posted at the table, bone and ribeye prime. You think you get treated the same as the king? Nah, server barely glances while they polish my ring. I bought the kitchen, now you beg at the door. You sip free water, cry, thinking they defend you. Spenders get
Yeah, I wonder if you could. I wonder if it's selecting one character.
cracking lane. Know your meaning. You ain't swimming, you flailing now.
All right, that was worth. That's worth. I mean, I don't know the answer to this question, but I do know that the people that have the higher scores are doing only two characters. What, Blade and Mordo is what I'm hearing?
Famous for sobbing in threads while my overpower roster puts clowns to bed. Alliance chat, just gifts of your cries. Meanwhile, I'm racking wins while you fantasize. Scared of complexity, stay basic, kid. I'm playing chess, you can't
Well, I just don't know if this is enough for a 10-minute video.
dream of care. Meanwhile, I'm shipping body bags out by the pair.
$109K. Oh, you can't? You can't select one character, right? Alright. 109, yeah, it's 2 characters. Blade and Mordo. How many points to max out all the mods for that to happen?
Every auction bit a slap to the face, cause I'm racing rich kids just to keep my place. Midnight strike, check the ranks, I'm sixth. Leaderboard sharks with unlimited tricks. Swipe that card like pride don't apply. Pray
How many tokens does that take?
Odin's up top, they said with a grin.
2,000?
Behind how much cash
No, more than that.
put diamonds for dollars, rent check gone. And all I got was shafted again. I thought I'd made it 50-55. Log back in, drop 1,200 spots.
Yeah, you're not going to need the Thunderbolt one.
Some sleep rank 50 fucky 8 man, what a joke.
It's over 5K. All right.
Just regretting the debit card wreck. One more pack, I told myself. Now I'm just raised, post a torch on the shelf. Diamonds ain't red, it just cost too much, and I missed
6K. Okay.
Leaderboard jumping, just bending the wheel. Some said fair, some called it rigged, but Scopely said, trust me, bro, it's fine. Trust got nuked in the middle of spin, and the only real winner, the devs in the end. Leaderboard clean, nah, it's just broken. They patched the map upon stakes, we're smoking. Points for nothing, refunds in play. Now fairness is dead, devs, just look away.
Hey yo, it's Dorky Dad on the mic. Let me make this clear. Mobile complainer, AI faker. You ain't got no career. You out here pressing buttons trying to spit up verse, but your rhymes
It's not enough to make a video.
get worse. Auto-tune trash, call it AI despair. While I'm over here spitting bars without a single care. I'm the king of the flow. Call me Dad of the year. You're the king of complaints, always crying in my ear. Fake beats, fake rhymes. That's your whole vibe. Dorky Dad's got the truth. Yeah, keep it alive. You can't compete. You're a glitch in the game. Mobile complainer. Now remember the name. I'm the real deal. I got jokes and the skill. You're just scrolling TikTok, trying to find your next thrill. Your AI beats weak, they ain't got no soul. While I'm dropping heat, burning tracks like coal. You're out of your lane, better slow that roll. Rap battles ain't for bots, kid, know your role. I'm the dad with the swag, yeah, I'm running this house. While you're stuck in the corner, quiet as a mouse. I don't need no fake tricks, just a mic in my wit. You're a poser in the game, can't handle legit. So take your AA toys, go and find a new game. Dorky Dad just destroyed you, remember the name. Dropping bars so hard, left you shook, no denying. Now go back to complaining while I'm out here shining. Mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop.
I think it's the same one. All right, that'll give me something to do. Do you need the data mine on the data mine that suggested the next team would have arena bonuses? All right, I know where it's at. Inside of data mine on my server. I found it. Yeah, I got it right here. I found it.
Everything's gated, inflated, frustration. Used to be fun, now it's pure exploitation. MSF devs got a new foundation. Right profit first, players last. Turned a good game into cash real fast. No joy left, no celebration. Just end shit if I can. I used to wail, now I watch and muck. G20 deals that just suck and chuck. Spending stacks, but I feel betrayed. Got a Hyperion I never played. Battle World gone, didn't even
All right, we got a lot of speculation on what could be the new team. And right here, to me, seems pretty obvious that the first slot is blank. So that's either Drax or Invisible Woman. But given all the talk of F4 and all of that in the movie, I'm thinking that this has something to do with Fantastic Four. Now, it's also worth noting in data mine from the 7th, put up by Boylon, is that the next, let's start this over. What is this called? Negative Zone. All right, we got a teaser silhouette. And so I'm here to announce that Invisible Drax is going to be on the next team. Now, probably going to be Invisible Woman and Fantastic Four. A lot of people have been speculating that anyways for a while. Now, it's worth noting that in the data mine from a couple weeks ago, they were talking about the negative zone. Right now, the first 8 nodes are raid, and then the last 4 that are currently running are Cosmic Crucible. Then it says right here in the data mine that 13 through 16 is going to be Arena. Now, up until now, it's only been the Harbinger characters, but they said in the blog post on Friday that the negative zone is now going to have no character requirements. So I'm guessing this is going to be super hard without the arena mods, or maybe Professor X will have the arena mods, because Professor X has some pretty hefty arena mods himself. So maybe this stuff is just not going to be that easy without Professor X. We will see. Also worth noting is there was a change to the way of opening Blitz Orbs. In the past, if you wanted to open Blitz Orbs, it took forever. I mean, there's times that I've started this and loaded it up before I went to sleep, and it just took hours. And the purpose for opening Blitz Orb is if you have an abundance of shop credits, is that you'll get not only Ultimus food, but a meaningful amount of gold. So right here, I opened up 1,000 Blitz Orbs. It opened them instantly, and I got 4.5 million gold. I know in the past when I used 1 million of this shop currency, it equated to a little more than 3 million. And then also I was able to convert all of these character shards into Ultimus food, which netted me over 100 Ultimus orbs. And then there was a silent update. This wasn't announced anywhere from what I could see. Gotta give Scopely some credit. We can now watch replays from combat cancel in Cosmic Crucible. So in the past you could watch failed matches, but there's no way of seeing the canceled combats. That in fact does work. I just went and tested it inside of my most recent Crucible match, and I could see what happened. I'm guessing that this also is going to work in war, but this is relatively new and we have not had a war. I've not been able to confirm if this works in war or not. Now, a lot of people are curious about what is going on in Danger Room. 162,000, number of 2 persons, 109. Now, I don't know. I don't think this is correct, but a lot of people are asking how you get 109,000 points. To get 109,000 points, you have to go in with 2 characters and only use 2 characters throughout the entire run. And you have to have a lot of gold tokens, you know, somewhere in the order of 5 to 6,000. I think someone told me that they ran it. Vlad told me that he ran it 5 times with scores of 109,000 using 2 characters. The 2 characters that he preferred was Mordo and Blade, and he had over 6,000 tokens to start that run. I just wanted to go over this really good guide. I'll put a link to this in the description of some tips for Danger Room. I hope you were able to get through it. Hello, all. I previously written a basic starter guide to Danger Room when the first run came out and had some request update in his current version. I think strategy a bit more variable and robust this time around. It's just harder to encapsulate everything. However, I'll try to share some key tips and highlight the recommendations from last time that remain unchanged. And I'll just kind of share my own personal thoughts as we go through this. Also, I was able to finish 10. It took me a couple days, 3 days in fact, and I had a blast. I didn't rush it. I just chipped away a little bit each day, got more gold tokens, and then I was able to do it. And I got to say, the elite nodes is really where I got a lot of points. I wasn't doing the elite nodes, and then once I started doing them, I was getting a lot of points. Like on difficulty 10, you do an elite node and you get like 50 tokens, and it just really stacks up quickly when you're doing that. Each difficulty adds 110k to your final score. If you do a run on difficulty 1, you'll end up with slightly more than 10,000 points, and 2, 20,000, and that's how you get 100,000 points. You do difficulty 10, you get 100,000 points. Now, I have not tried doing it with 2 characters, anything like that, because the rewards are just cosmetic and not a lot of interest in that for me. For jumping at one key point, as Pathfinder confirmed last time, there's no preloaded turn meter for enemies. It only feels that because our teams have fewer members and there are lots of speed manipulation enemies. Null, Emma. Also, like some of the Night Stalkers team has Man-Thing, which makes their Night Stalkers very fast. Sinister Six is just a very fast team naturally. And even that one Night Stalkers team, which not only has Man-Thing to boost the speed, there's also an OG Emma, which lowers the speed on your team. So that's going to feel bad for sure. When things first, you need to pick your goal and stick to it, farm coins, or go for the high score when starting out, farm coins. Also, I want to point out something as far as this turn meter thing. You can use OG Ghost Rider. OG Ghost Rider has like a passive which gives him tons of turn meter. It's not as good as like a Super Scroll, but it's something similar. I have to go look at it exactly, but I know that running Ghost Rider was a lot of fun, and my Ghost Rider was typically going first because of the way his passive works. It's similar to that as Super Scroll. I thought that was great. Farm Coins Blade, yeah. I was using Blade and Juggernaut through most of my runs. Select all the free pre-run modifiers, pick the highest difficulty you're comfortable with, or maybe go to higher difficulty than you are comfortable with. Beat as many nodes as you can, but expect you'll hit a roadblock and have to restart. That's okay. So get to keep coins you've had. And every time you get more coins, that means each run is stronger. So at the start of each run, you have all your coins there at the top. You select the mods you want for that run. Those coins are there for every run. So every run, as you get more coins, your runs are going to get easier and easier, and so that you can go up into the higher difficulties. I started off at 8, very quickly moved up to 10. You have a big blade. You can run blade with a cursed energy and a tank, preferably Juggernaut, to benefit from a cursed energy mod. but anyone that'll help you progress further than you were before. Someone that did a full run with Blade and Punisher for reasons I don't understand. And I'm hearing from the people that are really just killing it, they prefer using like Blade and Mordo, which is interesting. If running Blade, make him a striker, and your second character Raider to take advantage of his ISO hits. And then also, if you're going into a node with 3 enemies, you can open with the special, and you're going to be able to have the special available in the next run, because when you have that that mod, the Cursed Energy mod, well, you have to turn that on, of course. Then killing the 3 enemies is going to replenish that, and you'll be able to do that special every round. The other thing is, if there's 5 enemies on the board, you can open with the ultimate. Just saying, right? If you want to do it faster, because I know at the beginning you're like, basic attack, basic attack. Well, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, if you have that Cursed Energy mod turned on. During your run, offered additional characters go with the curse when reasonable, so they can take advantage of the curse team and run mods. If not, anyone fast or tanky to help you to get Blade's turn is good. And one of the faster characters in the game is going to be Songbird, and I've had good luck with getting her and slotting her in as a plug and play character. The relatively common in-run mods are undoubtedly Carnage Boom, Black Panther Boom, and Cane Boom. And it feels like if you can get Black Panther's Boon, which is like 100% energy on kill, bonkers. Carnage Boom is what, if you drop a character below into raid, then every member in your team gets 25% turn meter, and then King is where you start off with. Start off with extra. You start the match off earlier. These are amazing. Some of them are not great, like the Mr. Sinister one, the Mysteria one. They're fine. The Ghost Rider one, there's some fine ones, but I feel like these are the ones that have allowed me, specifically the Black Panther one, is the ones that allowed me to full clear every time. In other in-rod mods that get Blade offense up or more damage are welcome, but not necessary. Be careful with the mods that apply debuffs to enemies on spawn, because they're enemy blades that will flip those buffs when they get a turn. When you're on edge of a comfort zone, you do not want offense stuff. Blade ulting against you. This is true. Entry Wound applies bleeds and spawn is still a good mod, but it's not as strong as the last time, and most likely won't be using Barrel of Monkeys. Vigilante are clear the 3rd best team this run. And it feels like they're designing it that way, that so there was 3 teams, right? And I think this is the way it's going to be moving forward, is whatever the number of teams that are available to choose, the most current team that is allowed or being used inside of a danger room is probably going to be the most useful. And so this is going to encourage people to unlock the teams and so on and so on. I believe that's kind of the intent. I had a blast doing this, and it also kind of allowed me an opportunity to play with these new characters and to get to know their kits very well. I really like that. I had a great time with this. I really did. Unlike last time, the gold coin grind here is really pretty quick. If you have a Cursed Energy and Big Blade, you're basically ready to move up to starting to push high scores. Key modifier last time was all raid abilities are active, and that made Vigilantes and Thunderbolt shine. However, that's not an option this time. That's on purpose. Shining modifier now is all Crucible abilities are active, but if we're using Blade and or Thunderbolts, Disgust Knives, we don't really need that because he doesn't have any of the Crucible abilities. In addition, that mod applies to enemies as well. Enemies would potentially include Starjammers, Sinister Six, Superior Six, and Illuminati. You don't want to give them their Crucible buffs. Farm coins, Thunderbolts. Not going to read this, but Blade seemed to be the best choice possible. High score is more important this time when it counts towards your milestones. Yeah, if you clear 10, you're going to get all the milestones, right? The Cursed with the Cursed Energy easily outpaced Thunderbolts Vigilante. This time they don't have the raid buffs as mentioned previously. Cosmic Ghost Rider pre-modifier will help a lot. Not mandatory, but very nice to have. When going for your high score, hit as many elite nodes as you can. Yep, this is what I was doing wrong. Elite nodes not only give way better boons, but they also give a significant amount of gold coins. I was avoiding these, and I really slowed my progress down by not doing elite nodes. Next time that this resets and Danger Room comes out, I will definitely be doing elite modes more commonly. And when given a choice between battle and getting a care package, health pack, always do the battle. There you go. Spend as few purple coins as possible. The amount you have left at the end of the round feeds directly into your final score. I don't know if the final score matters unless you're going for a difficulty 10 run and you're trying to get into the leaderboards and to get the special cosmetic. That's not something of interest to me. I was just trying to beat. All right, right here. What's this say? Yeah. If you're just trying to beat difficulty 10 milestones and are low on gold coins, doing one elite mission early and then skipping the rest, or not at all, we'll think will work too. Is a fine approach to avoid acclimating exhaust. Early needs are far less likely to have Mephisto, maybe even impossible. However, there's a pre-run modifier where it takes you immune to exhaust, which you hit like 500 gold coins, and then it becomes moot. And I think I had somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 gold coins before I was able to finish difficulty 10. I think I could have done it a little bit faster. All right, hope you're enjoying Danger Room as much as me. I'm going to say that whenever a new game code comes out, it's not going to be for everyone. Not 100% of the people are going to enjoy this. It worked for me. I thought it was a great addition to Marvel Strike Force, but I completely understand if you don't like it. Bye for now. Roguelike. I think they call it roguelite. Is it light or like? I know there's two different versions. I'm not sure which one this is based off of. I'm not an expert on the genre, so I don't have a lot of thoughts on that. I would watch the Dorky Dad video. Dorky Dad did it on a brand new account, got through 10. Basically using rental characters. Yeah, Mordo and Blade are the characters, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Dorky Dad plays the game on a different level, frankly. Yeah, I said that I think Dorky Dad has a brand new account, like a month old, and he was able to do it with rental characters. Right? No, he's got a brand new account, Bendable. Brand new. This guy's a new player. He's not going to have Blade and Mordo maxed out. Yeah. I think if you have a big Blade and big Mordo, you're going to have an easy time with this. Yeah. Which is a like so there's different types of veteran players. Some veteran players are moderate spenders. I think Bendable and myself are both in the moderate spender. Having a big Blade and big Mordo is just kind of like comes with playing the game over time. And so I think that made this Danger Room very simple for someone that's a veteran player that had access to the resources to get a big Blade and big Mordo. I didn't have a hard time. Big Juggernaut also helped. Yeah, bleed boons, yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch the Dorky Dad video. Let me find it though. And I'll put it here in the chat. Right here. Yeah, big Blade. And if you're in the hunt for Professor X, I think you're gonna have a 11 Blade, right? 3 diamond 11 Blade might be like standard issue striker, right? Huh. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it takes a little bit to get close to end game, maybe like a year and a half. And it's okay if, some things are designed for people that have been playing the game for multiple years, right? The expectation that 100% of the player base is going to be able to finish it is just not realistic. You know what I mean? Quasar and Old Man Logan. I already took up Mephisto. All right, we're going to do Raid. If you're on YouTube, thank you for being here. Bye for now.